So last night on Raw, Paul Heyman stepped into the ring with Jey Uso, and Jey Uso confronted him about betraying CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and my man Paul Heyman was crashing out, bro. Paul Heyman was crashing out about betraying CM Punk and Roman Reigns. But why though? Why was Paul Heyman crashing out during this confrontation with Jey Uso? Well, I would say it's because there's actually some truth to everything that he was saying. I would say that it's half true and then half of it is BS. Now, the half that I say is true is everything that he was saying about Roman Reigns. The half of it that I would say is BS is what he was saying about CM Punk. So before we talk about what was valid about what Paul Heyman said with Roman Reigns, let's talk about what he said with CM Punk. He said he betrayed CM Punk because he put CM Punk in a position where he had to betray his tribal chief. And that was pretty much the entirety of the message. I didn't think that held too much weight considering you were going to betray your tribal chief and you had all these other reasons that I'm about to get to as to why, you were done with Roman Reigns. So saying what he said about CM Punk and him crashing out, I did not understand that completely at all. Like, to be honest, it would have made more sense if he went with what Seth Rollins said to him when Seth Rollins confronted him before they were in a faction, when Seth Rollins was like, basically, CM Punk only wants something from you, or he's only there for you when he wants a favor out of you, right? That would have made more sense. So I won't say that that part's true. But the real reason for Paul Heyman's crash out has to come from his 4-year relationship with Roman Reigns and the perception that he betrayed Roman Reigns, where in his eyes, he genuinely believes, and again, there's truth to this, that he didn't actually betray him, or more so, that his betrayal was justified. Now, his whole point about Roman Reigns was one, right? And I said this in a previous video. When did Paul Heyman decide to betray Roman Reigns? It was when Roman Reigns lost at WrestleMania 40 because Paul Heyman only aligns himself with winners. And Roman Reigns was no longer a winner. Not only was he no longer a winner, like he said, as soon as Roman Reigns left, or as soon as Roman Reigns lost, he left. He disappeared. So he wasn't even trying to win again. He left him in the hands of Solo Sikoa. And this is the part that Seth Rollins had said to Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman is crashing out and he's getting mad while explaining all this because he's like, you think I betrayed him when he wronged me? He lost the title after I built him up for 4 years and then he disappeared and left me with his little cousin. And then he let his little cousin throw me through a table and he was still gone up until he decided to come back. And then he was fighting his little cousin. I come back, right? And I help Roman Reigns by helping him get another member for his team for Survivor Series War Games in CM Punk. The only reason in Paul Heyman's head that he even owed CM Punk a favor is because he was helping Roman Reigns. He was helping Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns didn't want to get help and he wouldn't acknowledge or recognize that he needed help. And Paul Heyman helped him with that anyway. He got CM Punk, and therefore we have the favor that now exists. On top of that, once the favor existed, once CM Punk actually told him, hey, the favor is that you're going to be in my corner now for WrestleMania 41 instead of Roman's corner, Roman is freaking out. He's acting like this is a huge betrayal. In Paul Heyman's head, he's like, yo, I only owe this favor to him. One, because you had no friends in the back. Two, you were too stubborn to go ahead and get a teammate yourself or work out things with CM Punk yourself. Maybe owe CM Punk a favor yourself. So I had to do something to help you. This favor exists because of you and your stubbornness and what I'm doing for you. And now you're mad at me because I'm fulfilling the favor when I would have never had to do the favor if you wasn't as stubborn as you was. On top of that, I don't even know how you could be this stubborn because you're not the champion anymore. You are not the Roman Reigns that I knew. You are no longer a winner. To me, you're a loser. And I'm still standing here with a loser. You see how I'm starting to crash out as I take on the will of Paul Heyman? That's why he was crashing out. Because to him, Roman Reigns had already betrayed him personally. And on top of that, remember he shoved him in the face, he threw him on the floor? Roman Reigns betrayed him personally. Paul Heyman was calling Roman Reigns up on the phone constantly right before WrestleMania 41. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a storyline, that was like his version of saying, I'm going to call him as many times as I can, see if he really want to repair this. If not, I'm going with Seth Rollins. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Roman Reigns had posted this on his social media of Paul Heyman blowing up his phone constantly, voicemails, all types of stuff, right? So Paul Heyman's literally crashing out because he's like, I betrayed Roman Reigns, betrayed him. Whole time he was mad at me for fulfilling a favor that was only there because of him. Whole time he disappeared on me when he left me with his little cousin and let me get thrown through a table. And I'm as old as I am, so I might not have come back. Whole time, I groomed him to be a winner, and he lost the title at WrestleMania 40 because he had an obsession with Seth Rollins. And you know what? Now I'm aligning with Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins is the one who helped me see the light. He's the one who let me realize that both CM Punk and Roman Reigns are terrible to me. They're garbage. Now, like I said, if he would have said the thing about CM Punk that Seth Rollins said about CM Punk, it would have made 1,000% sense for this crash out. So, but he didn't go with that part. So the CM Punk part to me doesn't make sense. But the Roman Reigns crash out while talking to his cousin, it makes complete sense. He crashing out because he's like, there's no way that you were gaslighting me into saying that I'm the bad guy. Me? Did you see what happened on TV? That was literally, again, I'm taking over the will of Paul Heyman. That's literally all he was saying. He was saying, there is no way that y'all could possibly think that I'm the heel. There is no way that you could think that. I did what I needed to do for me once I saw the way that Roman was treating me, and once I saw the way that Roman was losing. He's not a winner anymore. Now, granted, like I said, he crashed out. But I think another part of the real reason that he left Roman is because he was no longer a winner, and he saw that. And Paul Heyman aligns himself with winners. He doesn't align himself with losers. And on top of that, Paul Heyman just works so much better as a heel. And Roman Reigns, like people say he's a face, maybe he's a tweener, whatever. Either way, Roman Reigns isn't a full-fledged heel anymore. So Paul Heyman couldn't stay with that either. But that wasn't going to be a part of the promo. But Paul Heyman's just crashing out because he's like, how dare you look your nose down at me when you know why I had to do this. Like, if you really watched it, you would know. But yeah, as much as I love Roman Reigns, a lot of what Paul Heyman said was making sense. And that's pretty much why I think he was crashing out. Let me know why you think Paul Heyman was crashing out on Monday Night Raw. Yeah, just let me know everything down in the comment section below. I don't know why I can't talk. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, guys, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This is J Athletic Gaming, and I'll catch you on the next one.